I don't know. I moderate for her. Hi, Maggie.
Hello. It's Sharon Weller here from Perth, Australia. And today we're doing a live broadcast, and I've got a few friends that have come on board with me too. And our topic for today is TBC, the billion coin, and the art of self-promotion. Now, I read this out yesterday, or was it the day before? One of those days. But I wanted to go back over it, and I've got two beautiful ladies at the moment that have joined me. Julz Ann, who everybody knows. There she goes. And Margaret Ngapera. So these ladies will jump in and out. We'll all jump in and out. So now we're going to go through the art of self-promotion. Julz, you want to start us off?
Self-promotion. Well, I think self-promotion starts with the broadcast, because it's opened up a whole new avenue of advertising for many, especially those that had only used posting on Facebook and things like that. So doing the live broadcast has really opened up a door that I didn't even think I would do a broadcast, but it's given me the opportunity to feel to make it more easier to advertise TBC on the broadcast rather than back up a whole lot of posts that really don't go anywhere.
I agree. Now, I'm going to start off by reading the post that was put on the blog, and then the ladies will just jump in any old time, and they may have an opinion or something to say about what I've just read. So I'll read the first couple of sentences. Now, too many TBCians have left money on the table, and it's time for you to scoop it up for yourself. Giving away the Kringle gift, valued at almost $1,000, is a very soft approach to introducing and selling a person on the concept of TBC. Now, when I say it's the concept, ladies, I can say that back in May 2017, when I signed up, I didn't know what the concept of TBC, let alone the whole of TBC, meant at the time. So when it's saying what the concept of TBC, what I know today, I wish I knew back then. What is your thoughts, Julz?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I couldn't see as far as TBC. And since learning what that concept is, like the mission really,
yes,
to end global poverty, it just made the whole concept of the TBC coin come alive, so to speak.
Definitely. And now, of course, there is a cookie reward attached to each person you help to collect that gift, but don't forget about the opportunity to put some cash in your pocket too, by following up with those that accepted this wonderful gift. In other words, whoever accepted the gift of the free Kringles, or as it is today, cookies, you go back a couple of weeks later and offer them the opportunity to increasing their gift. Well, not increasing their gift, but increasing the amount in their TBC web wallet. And I learnt a new word, and then you tell them to watch it rise exponentially.
Exponentially.
Yeah, okay, that word. In other words, watch it shoot up. But I thought I'd say that fancy word. So what did you think on that last paragraph that we read it, Marg? You know, what we know today, I wished we knew back when we signed up in 2017.
I think what I've learned in today's time is one of the things that Michael Elliott says, and it's one of the principles that he sticks by, which is to teach, educate, and duplicate. And just by learning and educating myself, and then duplicating what our leaders have been doing, I've learned more than what I learned when I was back then. And I think with TBC, it's a learning process. So you don't know. I don't know everything, but I do know that if we teach, educate, and duplicate, we can help to teach others. And so I really appreciate a lot of the the words and the principles that a lot of the top 10 leaders live by and work by. And I think the other thing that I really felt was really awesome for me is to be able to, how Julz was talking about, what was she talking about? It was about, in the beginning, what was she talking about in the beginning? I was thinking about it, and then now it slipped right out of my mind.
What was I talking about?
We were talking about, if we knew back then what we know today.
Yeah.
Along that base.
If we knew if we knew what we know today back then,
right.
Yes.
I think that we would be, well, what I know now that I didn't know back then is how I can help others to be educated and to be able to duplicate what we do. And so I'm just really grateful because, I mean, I've got, I'm fortunate, I'm really blessed because I have Julz, who's the New Zealand leader, and then I have Sharon, who's the Australian leader. And so I'm really blessed, so my abundance is not only in TBC, but it's also in mentors. So I think it's really important that that what you learn is what you teach the people that that come in after you or that you sign up. And so, I'll leave it at that.
We could go round and round with this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, this is also a good time to point out how unstable the current global economy is, with so few billionaires and millionaires, and it is going to collapse, and everyone has heard that it will collapse. What do you think?
Yes, well, you get to watch the snippets here and there. I've seen a few little, the other leaders that bring out, I'm no good at the figures and everything like that, but what you see, what's happening now, and when I was living in Perth in 2008, when that big collapse happened, that was, I don't know, when that happened back in 2008, and I had just moved my boys from New Zealand over to there, and over to Perth. So that collapse came at a time where we were unsure. I was unsure whether that was a good move.
Yeah.
To bring my boys to Perth.
Mm-hmm.
And but if it happens again, I don't know. I'm not. Am I ready for something like that? I don't think so. I
No.
wouldn't know how to get ready for it.
One
But
of the,
you can see it moving in.
yeah. One of the things I have noticed, and this is watching our daily news, regardless of what time it comes on, but at the end of the news, besides when it goes from the general public news to the sports, and after the sports is usually the weather. Now, after the weather, they used to have a financial report about how the dollar, the Australian dollar, is doing compared to the US and around the world. You know what? I haven't seen that financial report come on the news for a long time.
It's just those little things that happen, eh?
Yeah, wherever you are, even in New Zealand, see if they do that at the end of the news, news program. Because they too will do a comparison of how the New Zealand dollar is doing up against the US.
Yes.
Because remember, ladies, it's all based on the US dollar. Now, we know what's happening with the US dollar. So, personally, I think they've pulled the financial report off the news every night.
Yeah, I've been. I go into the banks over in Australia and to the banks over in New Zealand. And one of the things that I've been observing is the state of the US dollar. And over the last, I'd say 2.5 months to 3 months, the USD dollar has been fluctuating between 72 cents and 73 cents. And the New Zealand dollar has been $1.02, and the Australian dollar has been $1. I have never seen the market like that to hold like that for such a long time. It's the first time that I've noticed, how the New Zealand dollar and how the Australian dollar is doing as opposed to what the USD dollar is. And it's been like that for, which has really surprised me, is the fact that it's held its space like that. What, 72 to 73 cents USD, $1 to $1.02. So yeah, it's really interesting to see what's happening and the quietness of what the money market is. It's not as out there or bold, like it used to be.
It's sort of like the calm before the storm, eh?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
It's like you won't see it coming.
That is a whole different discussion. That's an excellent topic, actually. I must think about that. I'm going to have another topic. Yes. Now, for $100, admin will give them a cookie reward worth millions today and destined to be worth $1 billion once we fully mature. You collect the $100 from them and keep it. You will not send even 1 cent of that $100 to admin. Then you send them $100 worth of TBC to their wallet. They don't even have to have a send button to get the $100 of TBC from you. Well, that's true. They don't need to have the send button on to receive the $100.
Yeah. Took me a while to perceive that. I thought only those with the send button on. And then when I heard, when I finally got it, I was going, oh my gosh, that's huge.
I know. And I thought that very same thing. I thought we can only do transactions with people with send buttons. But no, we don't need to. And that's a good thing because of there is a lot of TBCs out there that came in only on the gift and not knowing that. Actually, I'm going to stop there because if I go any further, that's designed to create a whole new different discussion, which I wanted to get into, but at the end, if we have time.
Yeah.
So, just staying on track with the blog and the post. Yep. Okay, I'm going to skip a bit. Guys, the market of people to approach is everyone. I'm meaning to give $100 worth, okay? Everyone, just not people that are already in cryptocurrencies. Of course, you should also explain that they can purchase more than $100 too. And I'm sure, ladies, that we have all done that, given more than $100 worth of TBCs to any purchaser. Because the cookies reward are based on sets, and that would be $100 blocks. How sad is it when TBCians take the time to give away the Kringle gift and then never follow up to get the cash that is certainly sitting on the table because they failed to follow up? And this comes back to, if only this came out this time last year, when we had signed up many people, okay, who unfortunately became orphans in my case. Now I'm going back around and trying to encourage them to come back, okay, because when I signed them up then, I didn't know the process of doing a complete sign up with any new TBCians. And because as you keep advancing with TBC and your knowledge through education of the blog, you keep going forward, okay? And you get to a stage where you're so far advanced, sometimes you can't take that step backwards to cap, you know, to bring all your TBC up to where you are. So, saying that, it's not an impossible task to do. But then when you do that, you have to let go to where you are currently and go back to where it all began. So as you're bringing them forward in the knowledge of TBC, what you're actually doing this time around that you didn't know yourself was making them understand what TBC is all about. I mean, you can teach them to sign up to this, and that. That's simple. That's just doing a simple signing up. But understanding what they've just signed up to, now that's totally different.
Yeah.
Because not every person is the same.
Yeah, that's true.
One person you may only spend 5 minutes with, another person you may have to spend 5 hours with. And you know what? I will gladly do that today, just to help that person get to the end stage.
Yep.
What do you reckon, ladies?
Yeah, I had an instant, actually, I'm really grateful for what I know today, and I'm really glad that even, you know, when our send button, like when the send buttons went off back last year, I'm really grateful that I hung in there and actually didn't stop following the blog and following TBC admin, and because I didn't realize when I was talking to someone who didn't quite understand what TBC was all about, because all this person kept saying to me is, so why can't I withdraw money? Why can't I get the money, exchange it for money?
The number one.
And it was actually having to spend that time very simply explaining the reasons why. And I was really amazed because I knew so much. And, you know, and I'm not saying that I know everything, but I was so surprised at myself because I was talking to him. By the time I left there, he was so convinced that TBC was the way, that I was really excited about it. And my husband said to me, "Oh my gosh, you know more about the TBC than you ever thought you did." So I left that couple with the hope that they can expand their business to the place that we have, and because they didn't understand what it entails to be part of TBC. I just sat there and I just really talked to them. And Julz, you did the same thing just the other day.
Yes.
I saw some of the stuff that you were doing. And for me, that's the important thing, is not for us not to tire of going back to those ones who are orphans and who either, gave up because the send button was turned off. Yes. And just the knowledge that we've learned by not giving up and hanging in there, even when the send button was turned off. Because now, how many people did we have on this morning? 1,500? Something like that at the send button meeting?
Yeah, 14. Yeah. Well, at now, the end of the meeting, there was 4,000.
Whoa. There you go. Oh, and see, that's the excitement that's been created. And when you look at, what's coming ahead of us, man, that's exciting. And like I always say, this is God's coin. He created this so that we can prosper. He created this because we're coming to the end of time. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. And so this couple are a Christian couple, and so they didn't quite understand what TBC entails. And so we spent about 2 or 3 hours together just talking. And it's really important that we don't lose our patience and just push them aside and say, well, like something that I see on Facebook sometimes, where people diss them and tell them, well, if you're not going to get kicked up, well, that's tough. So, that's not what we're all about. That's not what TBC is about either. It's about loving each other, sharing what we have, the abundance that we have, and being patient, kind, to each other, long suffering.
Okay. Okay, I've got
Hi, Michael. Say hi, Michael. Michael Ely's in the house.
Hi, Michael. Okay. Let me read this so we can kind of get through it. Otherwise, I don't think we're going to finish this. I'm sure we're not going to finish it. Anyway, over 2.8 million, I actually think it's over 3.1 by now, million members have yet to get a cookie reward. Now, that is true. That's tens of millions of dollars just sitting on the table, and that's true, waiting for some smart TBCN to scoop it up.
I love that. Scoop it up.
Me. Okay, to scoop it up. That's why this article is all about the art of self-promotion. I don't know about the self-promotion, where it comes into it, but anyway, now is the perfect time to get the attention of the members that only accepted the gift, who we previously gave the gift to, and get them back to buy or $100 worth of TBC extra. But the sponsor is doing a horrible job of taking care of their recruits. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to move on about that part because that was me. These recruits do not even know about the cookie rewards. Unlike an MLM, you are not stuck with the sponsor and TBC. You are our own marketplace.
Yes.
Yeah. It's fair game to promote yourself as a TBC orphan. Get on YouTube and start your video by saying, has your sponsor and TBC abandoned you? If you have been abandoned, then you are a TBC orphan. I would be glad to take care of you. Today I had exactly that, a TBC orphan that messaged me. This is a long story and we're going to run out of time. So unfortunately, I better stop there. Otherwise, we're never going to get through this post. But it's a good story. So maybe I'll bring that back into another video post of mine. I'll show you how you can become a TV billionaire by just making a simple purchase. And that's true. You start with one purchase, and then another, and then another, and then another, and you keep going. You don't need a bank. You don't need to wait for a bank.
That's right.
It's right there on the table. You just got to start. Okay?
Yep.
What do you reckon, ladies?
Yep.
Amen.
Well, that was a quick answer.
We want you to finish the blog.
Oh, I'm trying to. So all you have to do, a video like that, and you place it into the testimony area of the website, testify about yourself, how you are able to help people that are orphaned when you do a testimonial video. Sell yourself. That is easily said than done. I remember when I first started doing live broadcasts, I did 20 takes just to get a simple 20-second transaction. But now I am what you call a pro. Go over the features and benefits of what a person can expect if they choose to do business with you. That's what most of your testimonial videos should be about. Do at least 3 to 5 minute video, a day filled with self-promotion. Capture yourself, capture your TBC transactions on video, and get the person that is sending your money to testify how great you are to do business. That's a powerful video. That is so true.
Yes.
Capturing a transaction by video is a live event. That says more than me actually speaking to you right now.
Yes.
Sometimes pictures say, what is it?
A
whole lot more than 1,000 words,
Yeah.
something like that. So that is what you call self-promotion without you actually realizing you're doing it. So now that we have a 24/7 broadcast, this is even better, and it is. I jump on same time, same place every night. The only time I miss out is when I'm out stuck in traffic or at an appointment that I can't break, or for some reason the internet connection is down. Otherwise, doing these live broadcasts every day, we are giving you information about and life experiences by us ladies. So if you learn even the tiniest bit of information out of what we say here, then it's all worthwhile us doing these 24/7 broadcasts. What do you reckon, ladies? Okay. I'm just going to skip to the last sentence. Oh my gosh. We have a minute, but I'm going to stretch it out. We have 2 redemption periods this year to convert cookies into Kringles. Okay. Now, the beauty thing about it, all those that have been purchasing $100 worth of cookies, what you do is don't touch that button, okay? Because you're not going to just buy one block. The trick here is to build up your web wallet. So buy one, maybe a month, and then the next month buy another 100. So at the end of redemption period, now
You've only got a month.
Yeah, you've got a month of May, and then the next redemption period is November.
Yeah.
So don't press the button now, because we have send button meetings. So collect all your cookie rewards from that. And then at the end of May, is it the end of May? Yeah, at the end of May, then redeem. Then you can hit the redemption button. And then after May, save it all up, because come November, hit the redemption button. Is that correct, Jules?
Yes, yes. Merry Christmas.
Oh, yeah, it's Merry Christmas, all right. But so the saddest part is that this article on the art of self-promotion says a lot more than you promoting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Promoting yourself is a tiny bit in that whole post. The actual story behind it is, like we said, what we know today, we wish we had, we wish we knew back when we signed up. Because then we would have understood more about TBC. But in reality, with us understanding what we know today, we could have passed that on to the lovely people that we gave the gift to. So it's a little bit sad it didn't happen that way. But hey, it's not to say that we can't go back, revisit that person, and then bring them up today.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And looking at it, there's still more to come.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, even when our new people that we give the gift to today, it isn't to say that we know a whole lot more about TBC. So we can give them, well, after they've signed up to all the 3 systems, then we can gradually ease them into the big picture instead of that tiny, tiny bit when we signed up. So we did a lot of floundering around then. But
absolutely.
I'm glad with the knowledge base that we have today.
Yeah.
And that doesn't stop us from learning. Every Mondays, we go into our send button meeting with TBC Randy. And we learn a whole lot more. But he's not the only one. We also learn from all the top leaders around the world. And then it's lovely listening to them because you get a different view from them about the same question. And when you collate it.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, carry on.
And when you collate it all together, you've got a bigger picture. So, and with that, you can pass that knowledge base onto your newbie.
Yeah.
That is excellent. I wish somebody had passed that on to me. But I'm looking at you.
But, you know, I'd also like to think that they get a little bit out of us as well.
Yes. I totally agree.
You know, we get a lot out of them, but, you know, there might be something that we bring to the table as well as individuals.
Yeah, I think what I learned, you know, about when we started back then is the fact that the importance of, you know, us not giving up on them and sort of just setting them aside. And I think all of us, and I know most of the people that use the board have actually been able to bring them back and actually keep them there now. And the excitement that's been generated in those ones that, you know, have come back and decided, hey, this is the way to go. And so I'm just really grateful. I know, you know, if we knew back then what we know today, I think, yeah, you're right. We would have been able to help all those ones that you know, were lagging behind. But, you know, there's a plan and a purpose for us. And it's for such a time as this time now, that we can actually pass all the richness that admin and the top 10 leaders have taught us over the period of time that we've hung in. And I know because, I mean, I know that for a fact that us 3 have hung in there even when the button went off. And, you know, because we knew that this was a good thing. And so we, you know, I'm grateful that you guys hung in there and just encouraged me and encouraged others, a few others, to continue to, you know, to move forward with TBC, even when others were falling back and stopped, and then picked it up again. You know, we're in different places at different times, and we learn different things at different times. And so I'm just really grateful that I'm still here with you guys.
Absolutely, Margaret.
Well, I told you we would go over our time. We've gone over our time, so I had to drop bits and pieces out of that. That is one. The art of self-promotion. We're never going to get through that in 1 half-hour block.
Yeah. No, that was art.
By the time, that's an hour block at least.
Yeah, at least.
So, ladies, I'm going to leave it there.
Yep.
And
thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you.
I would like to say that, you know, I had a lady on today, and she hasn't done her first livey. But when you're afraid to sit in front of a camera like this, do what we do. Tag team.
Yeah.
Tag team with friends. It will, you never know what they're going to say. But it makes it light and entertaining. But keep true to TBC, and then you'll be fine. So this is me saying good night to everybody. I'll see you same place, same time tomorrow. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Julz. Thank you, Mark.
Michael Ely's on now.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Got to go. Bye.